Okay. Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another comic book review. This is going to be for MPH #1, and yeah, this is going to be part part one of a 5-part miniseries by Mark Miller and Duncan for Bagredo, and it's going to be from Image Comics. Again, this is going to be part 5 miniseries by Mark Miller and Duncan Fregado. And this is part of the Millerverse or Miller Universe, Mark Miller Universe. Something like that. I don't know I think that's what it's called, the Mark Miller Universe, the Millerverse or whatever. So yeah. Before I actually begin reviewing, as usual, I recommend you get this comic, then come back and watch this video because I may spoil something for whatever reason. And yeah, this is up here. Sorry about that. Okay, just need to get comfortable. So yeah, 10 seconds as usual. Spoiler warning starting now. So yeah, 10 seconds are up, and sorry for all the movement. Just I'm a little bit uncomfortable for whatever reason. I was trying to get myself comfortable, but now I am. So now not as much movement. So yeah, but 10 seconds are up already. So for those who have yet to read this issue, MPH #1, and are still watching this video, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. I never gave you a fair warning because as usual I did. So yeah, MPH #1. What I think of it, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So yeah, MPH follows this one guy, who I believe is named Peter, um, I, Peter something like that, Pedro or Peter, yeah, right around there. And he basically he's part of this. I wouldn't exactly call it drug world. I mean, he's kind of a druggie, I guess you could call it, but not exactly. He's like borderline druggie, something like that. Okay, if you guys know what I mean. I'm just gonna make sure I got the name right because there is a character here named Peter. But I just want to make sure I got the right character. So yeah. Um, basically what happened is that he's basically sent to jail for drugs, sort of. Well, I assume drugs due to the bunch of references to drugs they make in the issue, and basically sent to jail, and he basically comes upon this substance called MPH. Basically, MPH makes whoever the taker of the drug, the consumer of the drug, extremely fast. It basically for the person who's taking the drug, it like stops time, and they could go super fast. And yeah, basically, if you've seen Days of Future Past, quick spoiler warning, if you've seen Days of Future Past, it's basically, think of it almost like that one scene with Quicksilver. He's running around the room, in the kitchen. It's kind of like that, time stops for him, and he just goes around doing whatever he does, and that's basically it. Um, so yeah, and there's basically this one sequence that's basically to a T like that. He takes the drug. I mean, the only difference is Quicksilver. He's a mutant. That's natural ability for him. And in the comic, the guys, he takes the drug for it. But it's basically the same premises. The person, the taker, the consumer, goes super fast at almost like within a certain time limit, and that's basically it. The drug is called MPH, and yeah. Still trying to find the name though. Pretty sure I got it right though. Whatever. While I find it, so this is basically the premise of the issue. Now, the first few pages I didn't particularly like. I mean, it was more of a setup. I mean, this issue's got at least, I want to say, 15 to 20 pages. Um, 8. Right around it. 18, 20, 24 pages, okay? Or actually, no, 23 pages because one of them is more of a credits. But you know what I mean. So basically, The first 5 to 7 pages, they're kind of slow. They're more of a setup. But after that, after this one page, it really started picking up. Because at first, first 5, maybe 7 pages, I thought, this is gonna be boring. It is part of a limited series, so I'm still gonna, collect it, but probably not gonna enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I was wrong, notably, and it really did pick up. It did interest me, and it does have some potential, in my opinion. Um, yeah. I'm still trying to find this guy's name. Can't find it for whatever reason. I know they said his name here though. Um, fuck. Eh, what I know they said somewhere his name. I just can't find it now. So what are the main character has this? Oh yeah, before I forget, kind of a side cut too. The main character has this girlfriend named Rosa and his best friend Chevy, who aren't in jail for whatever reason, because they don't not huge into this world, but they're still in it. Basically, the main character is trying to find ways to get out of jail faster. He says he's got at least a 20-year sentence, and he's with all he's doing, he's practically decreasing it for up to maybe 5 to 7 years. Um, so yeah, Chevy, who is basically this guy, and in the issue, he's the guy with the green jacket. I don't know if you can see him right there. And Rose is the female, and the main character is the kid in the jumpsuit right there, or right here, the one with the red jacket. That's the main character. Um, oh, here it says Roscoe. Roscoe. Yeah, Peter must be the boss then. Um, whatever. I know there's a Peter somewhere in this book. Just don't care for it right now. Just to figure out which character is which. So yeah, Roscoe. That's the name I was thinking of. Where was I? So yeah, Roscoe's trying to get out of jail. He's trying to make a life for himself, which was what he was doing. Like, he was thinking of doing the drug road for a few years, years, whatever. Get enough money and move to like Los Angeles or Hollywood or somewhere around in California to get a better life and actually have establish some kind of life for him and Rosa, maybe bring Chevy along. He basically gets backstabbed. He gets sold out by his boss, which I assume is Peter, because I know there's a Peter somewhere in this book. I remember reading that name, but I'm not gonna figure out which character is which at the moment. Um, so yeah, his boss backstabs him for whatever reason. It's not really explained as to why. Well, it kind of is, but not huge explanation. Basically, the boss wants Rosa, is sent Roscoe to jail so he could have Rosa all for himself, and that's basically it. Why he's backstabbed, and that's more of a side plot. This book does have some potential. This miniseries does have some potential. It's part of a 5-part miniseries, as I said before, part of the Millerverse. So yeah, um, the first 5 to 7 pages weren't that good. They weren't well written, in my opinion. They were kind of lackluster and they were kind of boring. After a while, though, they did kind of pick up. Um, as I did say before, there's this one scene that kind of reminded me of Quicksilver, like in the kitchen scene from Days of Future Past, where he's running around the kitchen with all the security guards. He's just, kind of knocking them out or whatever. There was these few pages that basically remind me of that, where he's just like walking around, taking whatever he wants, and then gets out of jail. Basically reminds me of that. Now I kind of want to know exact which one came out first, the movie or the comic. I assume at least I assume the movie came out before this, or at least the scene for the movie. And to me, that seems kind of a copycat. I wonder when the actual comic was finished. But I guess seeing a copycat. I mean, I don't exactly like it, but I'm not gonna go into details to see which one came first. I'm pretty sure the scene came before the art, but I'm not really gonna go into that. But considering the fact that I've kind of already seen that, um, considering the fact that I've already seen that, it does kind of bring down the points, and it's like, yeah, we've already seen that. Give us something new. So yeah, now I do feel like most of this comic, when they have a character taking the MPH drug, it's gonna have that same effect, like the Quicksilver. I'm pretty sure most of the time I'm gonna be reviewing this comic, I'm gonna be comparing it to Quicksilver. So yeah, now this comic I believe is a monthly issue, I want to say. So yeah, um, I do recommend you guys picking this up. It does. I'm sorry about that. It does have some potential. Yeah, this book does have some potential. The miniseries does have potential. This is the variant cover. Um, there's one main cover and there's like 5 different other variant covers. In total, yeah, there's A, B, C, A, B, A, B, D, E, F, G, and I guess they missed C. So I'm assuming there's between 6 and 7 covers. Um, So yeah, I want to see if I could get the Roscoe cover and maybe the original cover. I mean, my comic book shop only had this cover, and I didn't know who Chevy was. And I already saw some reviews on this issue, and it looks good. Well, might as well pick it up. Um, so yeah, I mean, I do recommend you guys getting this book. If you're fans of Quicksilver, it kind of will remind you guys of that. If you guys are kind of fans of X-Men, you guys probably like this. If you're fans of the Millerverse or Millerworld or the Miller Universe, or Miller, whatever that's called, I do recommend you pick this up. If you're a fan of Image overall, I also do recommend you picking up this because there are, I mean, the writing for the most part is good, except for maybe the first 5 or 7 pages I will say are a bit lackluster, and also the artwork for the most part is pretty well done. The plot wise, as I said before, there is some potential. Maybe I do think that this will remind you guys a bit of Quicksilver. So I don't know how most of you will feel about that. I mean, I think that's the only problem that some people are gonna have, that reminds them too much of Quicksilver. It's gonna be like a copycat. So I don't know how you guys will react to that. Right now I think it's okay. I don't really like seeing copycats, but I'm not gonna argue much because again I don't care. As long as there is more back, and as long as that whole sequence of the, as what I want to call it right now, the Quicksilver sequence is only there once per book, then I'm okay. Maybe twice per book. As long as you have some other things happening, like character development, or something astounding that kind of changes the course of the miniseries, I think it'd be good. So yeah, now before I could go on anymore, because I think I've pretty much gone on just long enough. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I probably give this a 7 point. Actually, not even 7 point. A 7 out of 10. I'm trying to be generous because I do think this does have some potential. I mean, I probably would have given it a 7 point something, but then again, the first 5 to 7 pages are a bit lackluster. It does kind of remind me of a few stuff, so I don't know how I feel about that completely yet, but for the most part, I think I'm okay with it. But for now, I'm probably just gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Um, yeah, I will be reviewing this for like the next 5 months, and then at the end, I'm gonna be doing an overall series review, mini-series review. So definitely check that out. I'm also gonna be doing the same thing for the Sandman Overture series. Many people have been asking me, well, not many, like 2 or 3 people have been messaging me. Why don't I do more reviews of the Sandman Overture series? For starters, that's only a bi-monthly issue, and that's only if we're lucky, because the first Sandman Overture issue came out like in October, and the second one came out in like April. So that's like almost a 4 or 5 months difference. It's supposed to be a bi-monthly series, and even after that, we don't actually know if it's gonna come out every 2 months. So that's to start off with. I mean, the only reason I was able to review 1 and 2 so quickly is because 2 is out at the moment, and I wanted to pick up 1 later on. So just wanted to get that thing out of the way. Of 2 or 3 people have been messaged me about that, so I wanted to answer that very quickly right here. And yeah, so hopefully there's no delays in the next issue, which is supposed to come out like at the late end of this month, I believe. Yeah, I want to say the late end of this month, like 25th of this month or something like that. So yeah, I mean that's basically it for this video. I just want to thank you all for supporting the channel. Lately I've been realizing how many comments I've been getting lately. I've been getting a few more comments than usual lately. So I just want to thank you all for supporting the channel so much. I really appreciate it, guys. and many people have been asking me to do a competition, or some kind of like competition battle, something like that, for subscribers, something like that. I will, maybe once I hit 250 subscribers, I may do a competition video. Um, but I have to see down the future, and I think by the time I hit 250 subscribers, I may not notice it because of summer. I do have a few plans for summer, so I have to see down the future. But don't don't worry about that. I will have something in mind once the time comes. So yeah, and again, it's the Sandman Overture. I will do the same thing. I'm gonna review every single issue and then do an overall review of the series. So yeah, don't worry about that, guys. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I'm sorry for having gone on a bit longer than expected. Um, I just wanted to get a few other things out of the way. Um, and yeah, that's basically it for this video. 7 out of 10 is why I would give MPH number one. Pretty sure MPH stands for miles per hour. Kind of funny, but whatever. So yeah, MPH number one, 7 out of 10 for me. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do comic book reviews, TV show reviews, movie reviews. So yeah, definitely subscribe for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on MPH number one. Have you read it? And if so, are you gonna get number 2, 3, 4, and 5? What are your thoughts on it so far? Do you like it? Do you hate it? More than 7, less than 7? Or just the same? What are your thoughts? And out of the whole Millerworld um series, I assume it's a series or some kind of multiverse or whatever. Which one's your favorite book? I've heard a few things about the Millerworld. I think this is the first book I have from the Millerworld, so right now I think I have to say MPH number one. I am gonna try to find a few other Millerworld comics, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. Again, sorry for having gone on so long. And yeah, subscribe, comment down below, like, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for this video. This is Daniel Mart signing off.